Ever get a letter that just rocked your world?
Oh, yeah.
Like completely shook things up?
Definitely.
Well, that's kind of what happened with Second John.
Yeah.
This tiny book of the Bible packed a major punch.
It did.
And we're going deep on this one today.
Awesome.
So if you've ever wanted to really get Second John,
Right.
this is for you.
Absolutely.
Now we're diving into some serious biblical waters here.
For sure.
Always a little daunting.
Yeah, it can be.
But we've got a great excerpt to guide us.
Okay.
It's called Summarize the Book of Second John in Less Than 10 Minutes.
I like it. Straight to the point.
Right. So maybe before we get too far, you can give us a little context. What's this book all about?
Well, it's a letter,
Okay.
and it's traditionally attributed to the Apostle John.
The Gospel of John guy.
That's the one. Same John who wrote the other epistles, too.
Got it.
And he addressed this letter to the elect lady and her children.
The elect lady.
Yeah, interesting.
Who is that?
Well, there's been a ton of debate about who this elect lady actually is.
Okay.
Some scholars think it's a symbolic reference.
Like a church.
Exactly, a specific church.
Oh.
Others believe it could be an individual. But regardless of who she is,
Right.
the letter's message is super clear.
And what's that?
A call to, like, persevere in Christian love
Okay.
and truth.
Love and truth.
Two big themes.
Got it. Now, our excerpt talks about walking in truth.
Yeah.
What did John even mean by that?
So, walking in truth, for John, it's all about living a life that lines up with Jesus's teachings.
So, like, if his teachings are a path,
Exactly.
walking in truth is staying on that path.
You got it. And he emphasizes this because back then there were people spreading a different, distorted, kind of messed up versions of the Christian faith.
Ah, those false teachers the excerpts mentioned.
Right.
Can you break that down for folks who might not be familiar with that term?
Totally. So these people were basically spreading deceptive doctrines.
Like lies.
Not exactly lies, but definitely teachings that twisted the truth.
Okay.
And it seems likely they were denying that Jesus was fully divine.
So they were questioning whether Jesus was truly God.
Yeah. Which is a huge deal.
I can imagine.
Back then, the early church was still figuring out its core beliefs.
Right.
So if you started messing with who Jesus was...
The whole thing could fall apart.
Exactly.
So sound doctrine wasn't just some, like, heady theological debate.
No way.
It was about protecting the core of Christianity.
Exactly. It was about that strong foundation.
Yeah.
Making sure the house doesn't collapse, you know?
Love that analogy. So John's warning his readers and us
Yeah.
to be careful about what we believe.
Absolutely.
And who we follow.
Right. Don't stray from the path.
And that's where love comes in, doesn't it?
It does.
Because it's not just about, like, agreeing on ideas.
Yo.
It's about how we treat each other.
You got it. You hit the nail on the head there. John makes this really strong connection between love and truth.
Okay.
For him, love isn't just a feeling. It's about action.
Okay.
It's demonstrated by actually obeying God's commandments.
And one of those commandments is...
to love each other.
Right. And that even extends to welcoming people into our homes, doesn't it?
It does.
The letter talks about hospitality quite a bit.
Big time.
Why was that so important?
Well, back then, welcoming traveling Christians into your home was a big deal.
Okay.
It was like a way to show love and support.
Got it.
But John was also cautious about offering hospitality to those who were spreading those false teachings.
Right, because that could look like you're endorsing their views.
Exactly. It's a tricky balance.
Definitely. So love and truth have to go together.
Hand in hand.
And it's interesting how John keeps hammering this point home.
Yeah.
Especially in such a short book.
Right.
Are there any verses from 2 John that really stand out to you?
There are so many good ones.
I know.
But one that always gets me is 2 John 1.6.
Okay. What's that one say?
And this is love, that we walk according to his commandments. This is the commandment, that as you have heard from the beginning, you should walk in it.
Wow.
Powerful, right?
Yeah. It's like a reminder that love isn't just sitting around feeling things.
That's not.
It's about what you do.
Exactly.
What about any other verses?
Oh, I also really like 2 John 1.9:11.
Okay.
It's a very stark warning about compromising with those false teachers.
Yeah.
Really reminds us that we need to be discerning.
To really pay attention to what we're hearing.
Exactly. And be vigilant about guarding the truth.
So we've got love, truth, and vigilance.
Yeah.
It's amazing how John fits so much into such a little letter.
I know. It's incredible.
So if we had to sum up 2 John,
Yeah.
what would be the key takeaways for us today?
I think the biggest ones are stay grounded in the truth,
Okay.
love each other actively,
Right.
and keep watch for anyone who might try to distort the Christian faith.
It's like a call to live out our faith
Yes.
authentically and bravely.
Exactly.
So, 2 John,
Yeah.
it's not just some ancient letter.
Definitely not.
It's like a guidebook, right?
It is.
For how to navigate belief
Uh-huh.
and belonging,
Right.
even in our world today.
For sure.
It really makes you wonder, what would John say to us today?
Oh, that's a great question.
What would he warn us about? What false teachings would he tell us to watch out for? Something to think about.
Definitely.
And that's our deep dive on 2 John.
Great episode.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.